Hey guys, Strike here! Welcome back to Disco Elysium! At the end of last episode, one of my favourite people in the entire fucking world, in all of Revachol, Martinez, whatever the hell you want to call it, Joyce Messier, left for good. And I am really sad about that, because I'm a big fan of Joyce, even if her ideologies don't necessarily line up with mine. She was way more reasonable than that scum, whatever his name is. How have I forgotten his name? He's so fucking important. Everett. Fucking hate you, buddy. Bring back Joyce. But yeah, she is gone into the distance, back to the pale, for however long. And that's really fucking sad. I feel like we might be winding towards the end, and I don't want that to come, because I'm having so very much fun with this series, and I have actually written down what I need to do. Because we need to go to that mural, right? The whatever mural? Give me a second. I wrote it down. Where is my phone? There it is. The Feld mural. Because my brain told me something's different, and I trust my brain. So I will see you guys as soon as I found it. I just kind of wanted to start on the pier because it looked all pretty. I cannot wait. This music is so fucking gorgeous. I need to share it with someone. This is like the Joyce has left us music. And I never wanted Joyce to leave us. Wait a minute. Is this an entirely new fucking building? Why do I not recognize this? Where the hell are we? There's like a whole cardboard box there. And I remember my cardboard boxes. That's a new man. What the fuck? I've never been over this direction. I feel like I'm invading somewhere. I don't belong here. I really don't belong here. This is not where the Feld mural is, that's for sure. Unless it is. Have I been here? Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. The boathouse is shoddily constructed, and a strong breeze could blow it over. Is that it? $1.15, thank you. As long as I'm making back my money, because I imagine we're going to be here at least one more day. What is this? A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Look, Kim. Even more bullet holes. Something's definitely gone down here. Correct. Lieutenant examines the wall closely. The destiny of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning this is a lot of bullet holes. He brushes the wall with his hand. Looks like a fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. Why not? The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in the world. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. Oh, it's a firing squad. Oh my god. There are many of them. A dozen at least. Their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. Oh guys, welcome to this lovely, happy fucking video where everyone has a good time and no one's getting executed. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. What is this? The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. Look at the people against the wall. A host of men in probably in everyday clothes. Thanks for taking me out on the max execution, guys. God, I was just getting horny. Ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting. A common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people. Familiar, each and every one of them. Who were they? Comrades. The forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world. Look at the line of soldiers. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side. From which one? Men of duty. Dark duty. Who were they? Murderers. Twisted by orders. Young boys forced into killing. And the person standing on the side? The commandant. The one who gives the orders. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face. Kim? Who was who in this execution? At first the lieutenant doesn't say a word. He just stares at the wall. I don't know, he says finally. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could have even been the employees of Feld R&D Center down the coast, as their building was taken over by revolutionaries. You mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall? Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the order. Goodbye! Goodbye, executed corpses from 100 years ago. A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Behind this building, the other one, once filled with engineers and designers of Feld Electric, so it must be around here. Now collapsed and dead, but for some rats. You feel drawn for some reason to the faded mural again. I know! So where is it? Oh, wait, unless you mean this one. Yeah. Oh, God, you're taking up time. Oh, no! We lost a whole 10 minutes to this bullshit. All right, open up you, please. Can we get in here? The sign says Entrée Interdite. Sure, I know what that means. An old ticket taker booth. No longer in operation. People paid money to park here? No one will pay now. This place is not a fucking disaster, isn't it? Oh, yay! 20 cents. So glad I made this journey. And some fucking alcohol. I mean, I'll carry it on me in case I get a chance to sell it, because I'm sure pawn shops are totally down for selling that shite. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Ooh, is that a hat? +2 logic, -1 perception. I mean, but I like my hat. Little lady gave it to me. Oh, I look so stupid. Why does that even lower my perception? I don't understand. Oh yeah, we've now got this, huh? Pain threshold half-light, -1 drama. But I like a spirit decor and visual calculus. And I can't get rid of my fedora. It's just wonderful. A door. A building. A hiding place. Could the instigator be inside? There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred the boards are. All attempts to pry him off have failed. Hey, Kim. I think she's in there. The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in. He inspects the bars, though many have tried. Can I try to get in, though? Not this time. The opposition is insurmountable. But I like the spirit. Have some points. It's lonely and cold without points. And dangerous. Dangerous, too. Nothing more to do here, then. I think we have 2 skill points right now. So what should I upgrade? I guess logic could do... could it do with a boost? It absolutely could do with a boost, but am I going to give it a boost is the question. Probably not. Drama can come up. I like drama. Drama's fun. Drama and... perception. Why not? It's been a while. Accept changes. Oh... So glad I put skill points into my nose. Right, where are we going? The wrong way. What the fuck are you doing? Oh yeah, you can't get off here without being an idiot, can you? Where is that fucking Feld thing? The mural. I can't believe I've lost it. I don't understand. I also need to take into account Classier and all that shite. And why my brain is trying to tell me, like, hey, worry about Classier for fuck's sake. Why do you keep ignoring her? Savoir faire and visual calculus. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Why not? No boat in the boathouse today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Oh. And I highly doubt I'm going to find much interesting over here, but we are. Finding shitloads of new people to talk to. Wow! Actually shitloads! Oh, you're the cryptid people, aren't you? These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still they won't light up. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. Is it? Ignore my ASMR vinyl crackling by David Badgerson there. I was remixing a song today. My own song, because I'm a cool guy. Could this be the boy that Classier told you about? Oh, well, at least I got something done here. A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash, but you look closer. That's over there. He points to a strange-looking object. Must be the buoy that Classier told us about. The one she hid our passport in. We should take a look. Ooh, hidden things, secrets, lies! Cold air, tendons, snap the cords keeping the buoy in place. A little longer and it would be floating somewhere out into the open sea. What? Moves across the water, leaving no traces. You're cold again. As always. Yes, but who or what is this? Splendor. Huh. We're lucky it's still here. No longer and it would have floated away. Indeed. The lieutenant nods thoughtfully. Let's see what's in. Damn, I felt really strange just now. No further response. All his concentration is on the contraption. Pick up the buoy. The buoy is not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom really have been torn or cut. Someone's been trying to get rid of it. Okay. You lift it out of the water. Easily. Noticing how light it is. Examine the plastic ball. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it closed, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has been cracked. Simple construction. Very unsafe. Sniff the buoy. Smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. Shake the buoy. Something in there, splashing around. Alright, open it up. A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae and nothing else. Well, damn. No documents then. Who do you think took them? I have no idea. Lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. Well, it's Ruby, right? She's trying to make sure Classier doesn't go to jail. This is quite obvious. This is a minor quirk. We know what was in the... This is a disaster. Everything is ruined. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. It's only a small loose end. But I do wish we knew who took the documents. Means it must have been Classier's enemies, which means she's in danger. No. Maybe Classier took them himself. No. Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their little expedition? Why does my brain refuse to acknowledge Ruby, and now she is clearly trying to cover for Classier? Ah! I believe you, Volition. You're on my side. Could this be related to the cryptozoologists and their expedition? In my experience, cryptids are generally uninterested in travel documentation. We should go. You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point. Well, we gotta let it be then. Fuck! People are starting to think, waking up. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes. Crumbling. What's this? You find any terrifying little slug creatures or whatever the hell we're chasing? Tiny cages, carefully constructed. And 45 cents. Okay, well, who do we start with? Who's this little lady over here? Man, I have 9+ fucking
here we go.
Morale
nice
drugs.
No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
You're terrifying. Hello, Morel. There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
Is that the police? Why's the police here?
Gary the crypto-fascist? Excuse me?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Don't worry, Gary. I love you. You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance. You don't seem too happy to see the RCM.
Oh no, it's alright. I'm just busy. What's this about?
He glances at the cylinder. Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Ah, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damned waterlock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Oh, I broke the waterlock? I didn't even realize. The waterlock's been fixed. It was fine when I crossed it.
Oh good. We should really be getting back. Gaddy could use a hot shower and a warm bed.
Okay.
Did he say we can go back now?
Why do you sound like you're in a can?
Yes, Gaddy, we can go soon.
Gaddy, I love
If you
it.
see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
This is a man possessed, always on the brink of some breakthrough. He won't leave it if there's a sliver of hope the great find might happen today.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him. How did you become a cryptozoologist? I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both. He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up if you prod a little. So you're living your childhood dream out here? His eyes narrow. It's not child's play just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often. Have you ever discovered a cryptid? No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered. Not for lack of trying. Stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name. Cryptid. So, how many cryptids have been found? Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries, and the rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection. Only 2 have been proven to be real? Yes, the Xiaotuquan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is honestly quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. More cryptids are hoaxes, or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching. Wow, 2 out of 4,000 is not even 1%. In fact, it is 0.05%. Ever more magnificent should our search contribute to making that number 0.075%. He has clearly done his math on this. There's no surprising him or swaying his opinion. Thanks for explaining that. Now about something. Actually, why not be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too. Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession while the other is superstition. Everyone does. I don't. It's a profession like any other. Or honestly, being a cryptozoologist trumps most of the garbage I've seen people do. Yeah, let's say that. A hum and a nod. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen. And has anything truly surprising ever happened to you? I have yet to catch a cryptid, if that's what you're getting at, but I have come close. What kinds of evidence do you use? Everything from a forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts like the one that brought us here to look for the phasmid. I keep a very open mind. He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't. You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough? Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places. Thanks for explaining that. Now about something else. Tell me about these traps. Well, he points to the cage of mesh and wiring on the ground. They may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly. I'm sure they'll do the trick. Lena designed the traps, huh? Yes, he says with some pride. More than some. He admires this about her. How do they work? Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel, and having eaten its fill, it can't get back out. At least that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton. What are you using as bait? Locusts, he gestures towards the trap. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course, but we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects. Inside the traps, a small number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny chittering swarm. Also, it's fine if the fucking locusts get damaged, but God forbid the fucking whatever it's called, phasmid, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be reeds as a part of its ambush behavior? Seems unlikely. Carnivorous stick insect. Seems unlikely. Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism. Not a big fan of skepticism, this one. What will you do if these traps don't work? They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failures of previous efforts by other teams, which used plants. We have given this some thought. The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing. How high is my interfacing now? Fuck, it's a 10? I'm getting good at things I suck at. Okay. Tell me more about this phasmid you're looking for. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it. What makes it difficult to find? Good question. Being a phasmid of the Phantomazodia, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as a plant matter, in this case, the reeds. He looks around. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may also have developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists in our present case. What sorts of specialized techniques is the phasmid using to hide itself? It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen. Yes, it makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranatural about this phasmid. A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost. Ghost insect. So you're ghost hunters. No, that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists looking for an extant species of phasmid. How big is it? I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodia zuenis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So, he leaves the conclusion up to you. Why are you so interested in this stick bug? Doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about. He flashes you a sideways smile. Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden for so long? He shakes his head. What have you discovered about it so far? Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our accounts is based on first and third-hand accounts. But no one's ever found one. Not yet. He holds up an index finger. That's what makes it a cryptid. Lieutenant interjects, just out of curiosity. There's no proof of its existence. How do you know it's real? I know it's real, the cryptozoologist says, brusquely enough that he even seems taken aback by it. It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement. By which I mean, he says, gathering himself, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. What would it be like to grasp and hold on to something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's been searching for. A spectre. Lena said there has been a sighting of it here in Martinez. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's actually the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't much matter anymore. Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out? Cryptozoologist shakes his head vigorously. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive. I've heard about that. Fucking insane. Males are useless now. Might as well kill ourselves. Don't do that. It's a crime against passion. That's pretty clever. Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. As a scientist, I try my best to remain dispassionate. Clearly. I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen a woman with red hair who seemed to be on the run? I'm afraid not, officer. I've been busy digging around in the reeds for days, looking for signs of insect activity. I'm less interested in mammalian concerns, to be perfectly honest. Lieutenant takes a short note in his notebook, then gestures for you to proceed. Let's talk about specific cryptids. I see specifically. Alright, what cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what we would have to discuss, he wants to say, but decides against it. You need to ask me about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena, or his friend Gary. You won't just talk. Fine, let's change the subject, I don't need this. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return. And I'm eager to return to you. To her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we've finished with these traps. Look south, where Lena would be. My wife understands that just as well as anyone. Come on, Morel, we've been soaking out here for days! It's time to go back! And leave the traps? Absolutely not! He yells in response. I won't let Lena down. Come on, she wants us back! I'm soaked up to my nuts here! We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon! Won't let Lena down? Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the Phasmid somehow. I didn't know the Phasmid was so important to Lena. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting. On record. One of only 4 this century. And it's hers. Really? She sighted the Phasmid? She didn't tell me that. Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell. Not mine. He coughs, then continues. Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious phasmidoid. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Phasmid together. Can't abandon this course now. Another cough into his fist this time. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, and come back to check on the traps later. No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the Phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea in the hostel? He's dead set on this. Well, surely it'd reproduce. I could go for some trap setting. What if we check the traps for you? He looks at you with obvious surprise. I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Cryptozoology and detective work, it's very similar. I mean, it's kind of true. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research and attention to detail, and above all, persistence. What do I do if there's a Phasmid in one of the traps? Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. He's not comfortable with the possibility that you will claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself. What if I encounter the Phasmid in the wild? It's highly unlikely, officer, but in the event you do, he takes out a small white spray can. I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromones should attract the insect to you. Oh no. Or at least prevent it from bolting at the side of you. It's quite potent. Will last about a week. Lay it on me. Thick. Present your armpit. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, then gives you a satisfied nod. It's the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water. Lieutenant wrinkles his nose. I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious, like holy water. It is precious. Single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand. Self-financing one's own research. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. So where are these traps? There are 4 in total. One is to the south on this little peninsula. By the boathouses there. He points south. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there. On your way to the old radio tower after the church. Third is set near the canal where you crossed. By a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, he gestures to the trap in front of him. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one. I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still better safe than stupid than sorry. That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular adventure? But Kim, maybe our suspect is hiding out in the reeds along with the track. What, aren't you having fun? Even relative to examining a week-old corpse, I'm I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective. If you think it's important, you've been right before. I'm ready. Let's get to it. Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the valley. Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear these men are exhausted and in need of assistance. Finally, someone talking sense. Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it. Well, I'll get going and I will boost perception one more time, so now it's not fucking dreadful. Fuck yeah. And I guess I'll talk to Gary. I don't know why you look like an old man here,
Hello,
but young...
I'm Gary. Very generous
Elsewhere?
of
That's
you
so
to
strange.
help us out, officer.
Your model and your face look nothing like each other.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Wow! Lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Fuck you! Yellow man. Interesting. There's something to ask him about after a little
I'm just
probing
waiting
first.
for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much to see truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue. Okay. I'm neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by-the-books, clean as a whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants. Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew. Nobody's perfect. I'm sure. Fuck it. If we make him respect us a fuckload, that'll be good shit.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacall.
Did they really have a voice actor mispronounce the name of the fucking planet? Maybe it's because he's a massive racist and he's just an idiot. His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. He pronounces, oh, okay, Revacall with a hard K. Unlike other people, they thought about it. Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is. Hold up the yellow man, oh no. You said Revacall? I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way, the Vespertine way. He nods solemnly. He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message. Inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps? It's odd. It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably. You were surprised to see my colleague, Kitsuragi. Not many Seolites here. Or anywhere other than Seol. I meant no offense, truly. Do you have a problem with Seolites? Actually, the lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his, connections. He flashes an impenetrable smile. Let's change the subject, okay? Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here. If you can remember it. Well, I mean, he'll be in the whirling, right? So that's fine. Are you a cryptozoologist too? No, I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way, but I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own. After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one. I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favourite? Yeah, the burning rhino. Morel doubts it's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Sarai. What's a burning rhino? A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly at night. Well, at least the males do. How do they burn? Have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire. But how is this combustible fluid lit? How does the lighting of this fluid actually work? Rhino starts running very fast to build heat, and stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze. I want to be just like that rhino, running through the night with guns a-blazing. We don't really do that around here. Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revachol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once. Long time ago, he says, and then pauses thoughtfully. Hey, why only the males? The flames are not just for decoration, they're an integral part of the beast mating behaviour. How so? During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate, loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway, Lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels. Some even spiritual. Hey, is this your mug? My mug? Why would you think that? Seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried, "Yellow Man!" You said yellow man. It's not something many people go around saying. Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Still seems suspicious. Did I mention it? The mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Alright, I believe you. You look like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer. Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. This was lucky. I know I shouldn't have. I'm very sorry, officer. He pauses. You're not gonna fine me, are you? 250 real. Nah, Gary. I just want information. Woo! He's visibly relieved. Thank you. You won't regret this. I will never use another man's property to dump my garbage ever again. Oh, so he's the guy. He's the weasel. I don't know what's gotten into me. Really, work's been stressful lately. Damn Koshko's price dumping us out of the competition. What did you do, Gary? I don't remember what his voice was. What did you do, Gary? There you go. Nothing. Just answering some questions, helping out the law. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container? Actually, how did you get into it first? I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me the master key for the trash containers at Martinez. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash? So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. Damn Imians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced? The lieutenant raises his eyebrow up. No need for the histrionics, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged, and the whirling in rags into the trash container? Officer, please. He raises both hands. Let me explain. It's not like that. Do. I was only cleaning up. I live right across from the yard, from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All of the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know. Okay. What happened? Then I came out to clean up the rags, because no one else would. I put them in the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug. Admittedly, he changes his mind mid-sentence. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and well, I threw the mug there, and the clothes too. Right, it was just civic duty, the lieutenant remarks drolly. Exactly! That's exactly what it was. It was civic duty. As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. We've heard this sound before, but where? What was that strange sound? What sound? That clinking I just heard when you moved. Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about. I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out in the reeds, though. Insects, trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. Every day the wind shifts. The reeds and whatever was left in them. Tambourines and condom wrappers. Plastic and glass bottles. Smell of decay. Can I say the clinking? Really? Blah, blah, blah. He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No. I mean, yes, of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit the wrongdoing. Let's move on. For now. I hope I could help your investigation in my small way. He's visibly relieved it's over. Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze his composure. Do you know anything about the man behind the whirling in rags? I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I've nothing to do with that. He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes. Uncomfortable shifting around doesn't make him the killer, though. It's something else. So, Gary, you live nearby, an apartment in Martinez? Sure do, officer. His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going. Have you found your door open lately? In my home? Yes, when I was going to... He turns pale. How did you know? Mr. Everard thought it was necessary to unlock your apartment. Mr. Clare? Unlocked you at my apartment? Don't worry, I didn't go in. Well, I did. Oh, I did, as per his request. So you work for Everard Clare? He realises what's going on and changes his tone. Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? You'll send the muscle after me? The man looks around, whispering to make sure no one hears you talk. Really, I don't even know what it was about. I just opened the door. Or I don't know what it was. He doesn't like you. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night about some theories. Stupid. I shouldn't have run my mouth like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you or the union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can. This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together. The weather vane has turned. Lieutenant remarks with a smirk. He cannot be unturned. He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation. Well, we've scared him. And now we'll say thank you for your cooperation. Why are you an old man in the game? It's so strange.
Officers.
Oh, I hate you so much. Why are you such a bastard? I'm gonna make you cry purely because you're mean to Kim. I don't care how long it takes. You will burst into tears because no one fucks with my boy.